I should really close this door. Anyway, so a month goes by and she's gotten used to me being quiet and not talking because like she'd always want me to talk and like communicate because she thought I was deaf because I never talked and I always used sign language. So then after she decided to break our friendship because she thought I was really freaking weird because I was so-called deaf, but I could talk because like I just didn't like to talk to her. I could talk to everyone else, just not her. Because my mom told me don't talk to bitches, and that's why I never talked to her. But anyways, like I said, after a month went by and she broke our friendship, I decided to just be myself again and try to communicate to others and stuff. But anyways, then I became friends her with her sister, and she was like me, didn't talk, used sign language. Yeah. And her sister's name was Ella, but I'll just, I already revealed her name, so let's just call her Ella. So, Ella, whenever she actually talked, she had a very nice, calming, gentle voice, and, completely opposite from Emma. So, anyways, after me and Ella became friends, Emma got very jealous. And then she said, "You were always the better child. You always got all the friends and blah, blah, blah." Just overall talking shit. Because, you know. And then she proceeds to ask me if I wanted to be her friend again. Of course, I shook my head no and hold up a big X with my arms. And then she says, "What does that mean?" And I'm like, and then I didn't want to tell her. So then Ella says, she said no. And then Emma says, "Did I ask you?" And then I decide to break my silence and say, "I said no, Emma." And yeah, basically we just had a big fight and she got expelled from school and so did Ella because like, I don't know, that school was like, if one of your siblings gets in trouble, then you do too. So basically, yeah. Since Emma got in trouble, Ella did, and they were suspended from school, and yeah. Okay, story time 2. No, this is another fake story. Basically, all the stories I'm saying are fake, so yeah. So, one day when I was hanging out with my friends, this new girl comes and says, "Hi, my name is Emily. Can I be friends with you guys?" And of course I say yes because like she was new. And yeah. So then every single time she got hurt, I just asked what happened and then she'd blame it on me. Basically, your practical got your life replaced stories. Yeah, but this one's a little bit different. Okay? She didn't blame it on me. I don't even know why I said that. Anyways, so ever all the times she got hurt, my friends would just come and think that I hurt her because I'm always standing in front of her asking if she's okay, like in a fake voice, since my voice sounds very fake every single time when I try to ask someone something seriously. So then they say, "Stop bullying her. What did she ever do to you?" And then I'm like, "I did nothing." And she just want to say, "Yes you did, because your tone of voice is always fake when you're lying." Then I'm like, "You know what? Fine." So then, well, blah, 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 blah. me and her aren't friends anymore, and I'm still friends with new girl, and two of my friends decided to stay with me because they know when my voice is fake or not, and my actions, because like if I was saying something fake, I would cover my mouth and I would just roll my eyes. But if I wasn't being fake, I'd just try to help them out and like not cover my face or anything. I don't know how to explain it. This is literally shaped like the fucking Christ. Anyways, so yeah. Anyways, so story time part 3. No, story. No, whatever. Okay, so another story time. When I was in high school, this girl was a friend of mine. She was very toxic. Didn't get any red flags of it, but you know me being the dumb fucking kid I was. So I thought nothing of it because like she was so kind. You know, she was the kindest person you could ever meet. Lies. Now, a year goes by. She keeps asking if I want to be her friend. Me, obviously, knowing that she's fake, I keep saying no. Then my friends are like, why are you ejecting her as friends? We asked you to be our friend. And you said yes, so how come you're saying no to her? She's literally the nicest person you could ever meet. And by the way, this girl is literally freaking like Lila from Miraculous Ladybug, so let's just call her that. So after like 2 weeks, Lila comes to me and says, well, if you don't accept my friendship, then your friends are never. I just got mad at that point. I'm like, bitch, you don't even fucking know me. Like, who do you think you are? Like, what? And then, after I just say not true, and I never even told him that I like him or even anything, we never even had a full-on relationship, she's like, oh my god, you were always the better one, blah 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 blah, talking shit. And like, I was mean, I don't know. Well, anyways, a lot of things go by. She's just asking me if I want to be her friend. I always say no, and now, yeah, blah 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 blah. Anyways, so my friends are now Lila's friends, and Lila spreaded a rumor that wasn't true. She told everyone that I was that I pushed her and tried to kill her with a gun, even though I didn't. So, yeah. Okay. Here's another story time. Anyways, so another story time. I had a crush on this guy. Let's just call him Adrian, cause whatever. And then one day he asks me, "Hey, do you wanna like hang out at lunch?" And I say, "Of course I do." But then I remember that I promised my best friend that we would hang out at lunch. So then when I remembered, I said, "Sorry, no, I have to go hang out with Ella." Then he says, "But she could wait, like, don't you want to spend time with me?" And then I say to myself, well, I mean, this is the first ever time he's asking you to something and you're just gonna deny it? Wow. So then, after thinking that stupid thought, I say, okay, fine. which if you didn't know means yes. Okay. So, after lunch, my friend Ella comes up to me and says, hey, why weren't you at the basketball field at lunch? Then I say, well, I was hanging out with Adrian, and she says, him? What's so special about him? And then I say, Ella, how could you say that? He's very nice. So basically, yeah. So we just have a big argument. She says that no, he's not. He's the biggest player in the whole entire school. How could you do this? Like, we were friends. Then I say, what's so special about it? Then Adrian says, I think it's because she likes you. Then I say, is that true, Ella? And she says, no, it's not anymore, because I never like a ruthless, heartless bit. Then I feel so bad, and then after 1 or 2 weeks, I go and pay her a visit, and then she says, "Oh hi, it's been a long time, hasn't it?" And I say, "Yeah, it has." So basically, blah 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 blah, and yeah. So then this girl literally says, where's Adrian? I may ask, and then I say, haven't you heard? He died. Then she goes, he did? Then me, obviously being the one that knows everything, I obviously say, yeah, he did. How did you not know? It was all over the news and the school. Then she says, I must have missed school those days. That I say, are you sure? So then she says, yeah, I'm sure. Pretty sure that someone killed him. And then I say, well, there is no evidence that anyone killed him. He must have committed suicide. Then I see something so-called, red in her pocket, and I saw something that was red and liquidy on her hand, and then I say, hey, what's on your hand there? Then she has the audacity to say, oh, it's just food dye. Which I know it's not food dye because, like, when I went there, she doesn't own food dye. And she said that she hates food dye and she'd never get it. So then I'm like, don't you hate food dye? And then she goes, no, I don't. I just feel like I like it now. And then I say, okay. So then I proceed to ask her, hey, did you kill Adrian? By the way, this was in the girls' bathroom because it was a personal question. And then she says, oh my god, why would you ever think that? Then I say, well, there's something red in your pocket, there's something a little sharp in your pocket, and you've never liked food dye in your whole entire world. In the whole entire world. And then you say that it's food dye on your hand. So, did you kill Adrian? She says, yes, I did. And I say, why? She says, well, one day in high school, I was trying to ask you out because, like, the day that we were supposed to hang out, I was gonna ask you out, but then you're with Adrian. And from that day forward, I knew that you had a crush on him, so I didn't even bother trying to ask you out anymore. And yeah, that's the end of the story. Okay. Random story time part. No, random story time. Random story time 5. Okay. Now, I'm still in 4th grade, so yeah. But anyways, I was in high school. This girl asked me, by the way, she was one of the popular girls, and she asked me, hey, do you want to be friends and sit together at lunch? By the way, this is kind of like the story of Melanie Martinez and the song Lunchbox Friends, so yeah, just gonna tell you that. And then I say, okay, not remembering anything, but I didn't actually say yes. She just pulled me aside before I even could answer, so yeah. Then she says, hey, do you want to, like, be friends for today? But after lunch, we could walk to class and, yeah. But then after that, I'm gonna ignore you and we'll never speak of this again. Then I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. By the way, I'm not telling a story about Melanie Martinez, just making up a story about the song Lunchbox Friends, so yeah. So anyways, after lunch, I go with my friend, and she's with her boyfriend. They're acting all lovey-dovey and reminding me how single I am. So then I go with my boyfriend, which is like a senior. So then I go to him and say, hey, do you want to, like, watch a movie? And then he says, sorry, no, I'm gonna go hang out with Kelly. And then, yeah, you could tell I was pretty pissed. Because I was like, who the hell is Kelly? Then he says, oh, it's the new girl. And I'm like, okay. And then, blah, 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 time lapse or something. So, while they were, like, while he was giving Kelly a tour since she was new, he said, hey, do you want to hang out on Friday? She said yes. And, like, you could just tell what happens. Because, like, he's a boy, she's a girl. You could just tell what happens next. So basically, after she hit on my boyfriend, he basically just broke up with me and started dating Kelly. And yeah. So anyways, yeah. I can't think of any more fake story times. What am I even doing anymore? Okay, so after I graduated, this is another fake story time, so keep that in mind. Cause, yeah. So anyways, after I graduate, I meet my friend, and she was dating this rich man that was a CEO for a movie director thing, kind of like that skit from Darkman, but whatever. So anyways, after I meet her, I say hi to her, like, oh my god, it's been such a long time. And then she says, I suppose it has. And I'm like, okay, you never said anything like that before, but I'm just gonna ignore that sus. So then, after I talk with her, she just tells me, so, how's your boyfriend? And I'm like, oh, I've been good. We and it's not boyfriend anymore, it's fiance. Then she's like, wow, let me see your ring. And I'm like, okay. So I show her my ring. It doesn't even have a diamond on it, keep in mind. She said, what? Where's the diamond? And I'm like, oh, the ring doesn't have a diamond. She's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, the ring doesn't have a diamond. Do you have a problem with that? And she's like, break up with him immediately. And I'm like, what? She says, don't date a man that's poor. Just date a man that's already successful. So then I'm like, it's not all about success. It's all about heart and believing in someone. Because if you don't have trust, you have nothing. And then she laughed and said, okay, well, you see that car over there? Then I say, yeah. And then she says, that's the new car that my boyfriend drives. Then she proceeds to ask me, where's yours? And I'm like, oh, it's right there. And she says that. And then she says, that poor little Tesla? You need to break up with him. And I'm like, girl, what the fuck? So then she says, he probably doesn't even have anything. I'm like, hey, you know what? It's not all about money. It's all about trust and how much they actually care about you. So she says, what a nice joke. That I'm like, it's not a joke. It's something real. So then, after my boyfriend comes out, he says, oh my god, sweetie, you're not gonna believe what just happened. And I say, what happened? And he said, I'm the new CEO of the movie director. And I'm like, oh my god. And blah, 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 blah. Yeah, basically all this goes. And then my friend's boyfriend comes out. And he looks like something bad just happened. And I'm like, okay. So then my friend's like, why do you look like that? And then he says, I just got fired. Then I'm like, okay, not what I was expecting, but okay. Then she says, what? Then he says, they found out that I was using the credit card for all these expenses and that I was fired. So then my friend's just on the floor saying that, how could you be so immature, you freaking idiot? And I'm like, girl, fuck. So anyways, so then, she sold my friend's ring in order to get some money and stuff to, you know, yeah. And then she's all mad about her ring. He's all mad about why she yelled at him. Yeah, you basically know. So anyways, yeah. Done with all of these story times. And I'm gonna end the stream here. If Stutter is streaming, you could go watch his, cause like, yeah. And goodbye. Goodbye, people. I must go.